Namaskar. I am Engineer Vijay Gupta. I have about 39 years of experience after my graduation in civil engineering. I was fortunate enough to have served in most of areas of India during my long service. I have served in the hottest and the coldest, the wettest and the driest, and the coastal and the interiors. So almost all areas. We all are aware that this COVID-19, it has affected adversely almost all the industries. The morale has gone down. People have gone into only the survival mode instead of growth and Josh mode. But I am impressed with the fact that CIDC, so they are carrying on with whatever is their mandate without getting their morale affected adversely. So they are organizing this India Construction Week come international conference where all the professionals like me, so we will have a common platform to share our ideas and our initiatives and our experiences, everything. I served in the Kashmir Valley for about 4 years. So, and incidentally, those 4 years were the most challenging as far as this militancy and social unrest is concerned. So, we had to face some challenges which are unique. And my next presentation is about that some initiatives we had to take, some innovations which we had to carry out perforce, and we were very fortunate we were successfully we were able to handle it successfully, and definitely the other professionals will definitely gain something out of it. Thank you. Namaskar. Namaskar, everyone. The topic of my presentation is curing of concrete in sub-zero temperatures. So this is based on a actual case study which was done in Kashmir Valley. The background to the case. So there are many cold regions in the hills of India. We all are aware about it. Kashmir Valley is one of them. And minimum temperature there in Kashmir Valley, it can go up to minus 10 degrees centigrade. So this is the picture which shows this cold and the snowfall, etc. And another feature of Kashmir Valley is that the civil unrest. So that is now going down, but still it is somewhat on. So now, so what are the problems which this situation generates? Okay, so connectivity can become a big issue, and some areas are remote because of this hill thing. So some areas are remote even during the normal times, so-called normal times. And this situation worsens in the case of a mishap. So in case of there is any accident, any ladai jhagda going on somewhere, so then this thing can worsen. Certainly there can be lockdown, hartal, etc. So what is the result? The planning and execution of concreting can be a challenge under such circumstances. We all are aware. Now the known facts about the concreting. We all know, civil engineers. So for temperature below 10 degrees centigrade, strength gain is very, very unfavorable. And below 4 degrees centigrade, so it is significantly retarded, very, very negligible. Okay, and below freezing, it is virtually zero. In Kashmir Valley, the temperature falls below 10 degrees centigrade also, somewhat. So thus the concrete work gets affected due to this curing issue. Although the ambient temperature is still, it is permitting the concreting, but because of this curing issue, we cannot do the concrete. So this is the figure which shows all this, the relationship between the strength ratio and the age based on the various ambient temperature figures. Now, again, normal methods of low temperature curing. So the established conventional methods are water retainers like ponding, immersion, spraying, gunny bags, etc. So we all are aware about these. So air entraining agents are used during low temperatures, particularly in developed countries. Accelerators, we can use the accelerators. Of course, the accelerators cannot be used wherever the reinforcement is used. So rapid hardening cement is one solution. Okay, then we do use the surface sealers like plastic sheet, chemical membrane, etc. And the temperature enhancers like steam curing, heating coils, and heated forms can be used. So, but most of these are somewhat high-tech solutions. Now, special conditions in Kashmir. Again, let us sum up that thing. long winters are longish. So for sometimes for 50 to 70 days in 1 year, so the concreting work cannot be done because of this curing low temperature issue. And the development level is very low. Hence, special techniques, chemicals, and technology is not readily available. Militancy, agitation causes sudden disruption. So today you are planning that, okay, tomorrow I will do this concreting, and then suddenly there could be something happening during the night time, so which will stop all activity. So that is the sudden unique situation prevailing in Kashmir. So in our particular case, the actual case, what was happening? Concreting had to be carried out in the peak of winter. So no two ways. So it was a challenge that we could not sort of wait for the winter to be over. Next was that it was very urgent work due to some strategic issues, and special resources like chemicals, electric heating, etc., were not available. Simply not available again because of certain other reasons. So some sort of low-tech solution was needed. Absolutely, it was needed. So, and we all know that necessity is the mother of invention. So what we had to invent, okay? So the innovative solution was now based on, so known facts we all know about it. One, fresh concrete has 45% to 50% of water. So we know as compared to cement, so the water is there. So water cement ratio we all are aware. So it is hovering around this figure. So water needed for chemical reaction is only about 33% of cement. So that means we end up putting more water. So no need to put additional water externally after the concrete has has been settled. So heat of hydration is substantial. So that means the reaction between the cement and the water, so that generates enough heat. Okay. And higher temperatures lead to accelerated curing. So we know about it. So this is the reason that we use this hot water curing, steam curing, etc., etc. Okay. So if we can manage to retain water and the heat, it can solve the problem. Both the things are present. The heat is present, the water is present. So it is only, so this cocoon method can give good results. So this cocoon is, it will retain these two things within the concrete only. So then it will keep the heat and the moisture trapped inside the concrete. So that will lead to the curing, necessity curing. Okay, so this is the figure. So then as you can see, if you can follow my mouse, so this is the concrete. This is the concrete, and then it is covered with the shuttering from the sides, and then it is covered with polythene sheet. Then it is covered with waste soil. Mind it, waste soil, sand, whatever is available. So 5 to 7 inches thick. So it is used. So then, as you can very well see, so here what is happening? So it is forming a sort of a cocoon around it. So the concrete is surrounded with this thing. Polythene is retaining the water, and the soil and the base course. So these retain the heat. So this is a cocoon. So and we got very good results with this method. So results and what is the analysis about it? Okay. So desired strength of concrete was easily obtained. M25. We needed M25, so it was much more than M25. And it is a low-tech solution, mind it. And can be carried out by the local artisans using local materials only. Nothing special is needed. It is cost effective. So no additional money is needed. So the contractor, the builder, or anyone who is engaged, so he will not cry because of any such issue. So and avoids low temperature in the temperature gradient in the body of concrete. Mind it, if we use the special chemicals also, so even then what happens? So that the inside the body of the concrete, so that remains warm, whereas the outer surfaces, those get very cold. So that leads to its own set of problems, which we can discuss some other day. So, and we were successful. However, we request that further research is needed to establish regarding these two issues, at least to establish relationships between the various inputs. So that means the thickness of the soil, the thickness of the polythene sheet, when it was put, etc. And now next idea is, now snow is a good insulator, and whether a layer of snow, fresh snow spread over the layer of soil will be useful, will it reduce our expenses, etc. or not. Thank you very much. For any queries, so you can drop an email to me with your contact number, etc. and the issue can be resolved. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Hi construction industry. I am Chandrasekhar Prabhudesai, Chairman of the Institution of Engineers India, Goa State Center. IEI is a professional body representing engineers across the country. We all are meeting here to deliberate on the critical issues faced by the construction industry and chart the course of action for recovery process by collaborative and joint action by the constituents to bring our industry back to its pre-COVID status. We are here to think about the way forward to help government to draft a roadmap for revival of the construction sector. We are here to discuss the way ahead for revival of economy. As you all know, the construction industry is the backbone of our country's economy. Our ongoing projects are facing issues such as financing, bank guarantee, liquidity, etc. We cannot even blame the banking sector as they are also facing the NPA issues. Even today, the pandemic is far from being over. Labor working on sites are coming from very far away places. Periodic screening of labor on sites by health authorities must be the foremost priority. Have sufficient number of testing centers in government hospitals. In support, we should have mobile vans to collect samples as well. Also, we need to construct housing for rental purpose for the labor and the office staff near respective sites or near industrial areas to help industry to come back to normalcy. I would even suggest to train the available jobless locals for the required trade and absorb them, which will help to solve unemployment issues. I think CIDC is taking care of skill development and government should support such professional bodies to help economy grow. Even we can develop education hubs which in turn will help to construct rental housing for students, professors, etc. And anyway, this is a non-polluting industry as well. I would request All India Council of Technical Education to look into allowing technical education in online mode, even few practicals in virtual mode and few exceptional cases in physical mode, as this will help the engineering sector to develop the knowledge and attain the higher qualification without disturbing their earnings and livelihood. In fact, the COVID pandemic made AICTE allow the engineering education in online mode with no other solution at present ahead of them. So, if it is allowed today during COVID pandemic, then why not in future, even during normal time? One good thing which people came to know about the post-COVID is our Prime Minister's mission, Digital India, which came so powerful and came to the rescue in these COVID times. Virtual mode of site inspection, virtual mode of business meetings, virtual mode of arbitration and court hearings are becoming everyday affairs. Digital platform of classes help the education sector as well. Today, virtual platform is available to us to discuss and solve the issues of construction industry. This credit goes to Digital India mission as well. My dear friends, the world is connected and came very close to each other, wherein we can address the issues faced worldwide and solutions can be taken from the experts around the world. Coming back to the problem faced by the construction industry, I would suggest the government to suspend the collection of infrastructure tax or should be collected at the time of occupancy so that the builders won't face financial crunch and it will aid them in managing the cash flow. Helping ease of doing business by various statutory bodies is a must. Stakeholders should be taken into confidence by government before finalizing any steps to aid ease of doing business. Simply gazette the amendment in the laws without taking stakeholders into confidence by the government puts the industry in more panicky state and growth hampers. Any good initiatives needs debate, discussions with the industry experts. Always take engineering professional bodies into mainstream of decision making which I think will help to overcome the various issues faced by the industry. One such example I would like to quote here is making building plan approval system online is a welcome move by government, but professional bodies' opinion before bringing it into force would have solved many teething problems. As a measure to bring in faster pace in building process, the conversion sonar may be allowed to be produced at the time of occupancy. As a measure to boost construction sector, stamp duty should be reduced, which will help to boost sales. Reducing the stamp duty at the time of agreement will promote the sale of under construction properties, which will help the real estate industry, especially the projects that are under construction. My sincere request to the banking sector as well as government registration departments involved in sale deed registration is to adopt the technology like creating artificial valuation models which can be accessed by their independent valuers, which would help to reduce NPA and help economy of the country. It will help the banking industry in speedy loan disbursement for the construction industry. Government should help organizations like Vibrant Goa to invite the industry from across the world to boost the trade activities and partnering with the like-minded people, which can lead to adopting the latest technology used elsewhere in the world and help technology upgrade in the various construction activities, which in turn will improve quality of the infrastructure and reduce the construction cost as well. It will reduce the maintenance cost, it will reduce the disputes during the defect liability period. Also, the major problem construction industry will be facing now post-COVID pandemic are the disputes arising due to claim by contractors on extension of time or unavailability of labor force or escalation of cost of materials and price rise of various components required in construction activities, etc., etc. The early and the fast dispute resolution between the contractor and the employer is the need of the hour. Arbitration, reconciliation, mediations for fast disposal of the cases, and to aid this, we need institutions like CIAC to take a lead role and help in adding centers in various states across the country and provide training and create and increase the number of arbitrators for speedy disposal for the dispute. Is COVID pandemic to be considered as force majeure? The debate and deliberations happened for a long time. Different people had different opinion, and finally dispute begins, which needs to be addressed. And here we need arbitrator council to come out with clarifications in the matter and guide the community. Here we need institutions like Construction Industry Arbitration Council to standardize the opinion of a new topics arising from time to time. Now, to achieve these objectives, Construction Industry Development Council, the apex organization of Indian construction industry, along with associate organizations from India and abroad, is organizing this India Construction Week 2020. Hope this will help in recovery process, bringing our construction industry back to normal. Thank you for all your support and participation.